You can only take people as far as you've gone yourself. This is something I've been thinking about for the last, I don't know, a little over a week now. If you listened to my last episode, you know that I was thinking about making a big life decision. And that was, I was starting to question my future. I wasn't sure what was next. It's not, and not in a way that it's a life crisis. Right? I'm not like, we're not uncertain about my future because of a life crisis, but because this is the decision I was making, decision I made is the biggest decision that I've ever made in my entire life. And what I've decided is that at the end of February, on February 27th, I'm leaving my job as a full time web and app developer and pursuing my coaching business, my life coaching business full time. So let's talk about that. This was not an easy decision, and I had to plan. I had a plan to play it safe. That's me typically. I'm not a risk taker. I don't do that. That's not me. However, when last Friday came around, and then that it was rough last week. Talked about it last time. Friday was probably the roughest, and kind of hit a breaking point. Not that I hate my job, or the fact that I don't hate my job, and it's because last week was hard, and it's not. I didn't want to quit because my job was hard. So I sought good counsel. I talked with multiple members and mentors and friends to make sure that one, I'm not crazy, and two, to make sure that like I'm going on the right path. So I talked with my dad. I talked with my spiritual mentor Jim Fink. I talked with Alan Miyake. Some of these people, maybe you know them, but I talked with my friends Andrew, Ian, Matt, and no one told me I was crazy. No one said, Thomas, you shouldn't go and quit your job. What are you going to do? And like, no one said, like, maybe you should rethink this. And I was like utterly surprised. Like, I was like, what do you mean? Like nobody, like every time, somebody, it sounded like somebody was starting to lead in to telling me to rethink this, and then they say the exact opposite. And like, I was talking with Jim Fink, and he said, something I'm going to remember for a long time. He said, Thomas, if this was the first time that you told me this, I would tell you to rethink it. I would say, go ahead, see if it gets better at your job. But this isn't the first time. It's not. You've been talking about this for years. You've been talking about this with me for at least the last year. No, I think he goes, no, I think it's time. I think you should do this. I'm like, what? You do? I was surprised. Because usually, whenever people make a decision like that, I'm a person who's like, I'm more conservative. I'm like, nah, you shouldn't. I would have told me not to do it if I was asking me advice. Like, if I heard that for the first time from somebody, and like, if I would have told me no. I would have said, "Are you sure?" If somebody was been talking about it for a long time and I knew they wanted to do it, I still would feel like, man, are you sure? You sure? Are you sure that's what you want to do? That's really risky. And and what I got from them, it wasn't just confirmation I wasn't crazy, but I was also seeking confirmation from God. Because I believe God puts people in our lives so that we can seek good counsel. He puts good counsel in front of us. And it's up to us whether we're going to seek that good counsel out and ask them for the advice and ask them for counsel. I prayed and I fasted over a weekend, and fully believe in the verse, seeking the kingdom first so that all else will be added. I just I just want to do what Jesus wants me to do. I just want to pursue the calling that he's put on my life. serve people in the way he wants me to serve them. And I believe, at least for right now, it's to guide people to live in the calling that he's calling them to pursue the goals that he's put on their lives. And I truly believe that coaching is the best way to do that. I believe God lined me up for this. I believe that he lined me up for this position to leave for this time, for February 27th, to be the perfect time to leave my job because of my savings, the money I wanted to have in my savings, because of how the logistics are working with projects right now. Like, it was probably the best time during the year for me to be the most honorable, for me to be honorable to my boss and my coworkers. I knew I didn't want to start the next project because I wouldn't want to leave in the middle of it. So I would have wanted to stay until the end of the projects, and it's like that. Those projects were going to keep coming, and they haven't started yet. So I was like, okay, I need to stop now. Sorry, I'm rambling. I know that, but and I said already, I'm not a risk taker by nature. I play it safe because then at least I know more of about what's coming next. I play it safe because I can have more certainty. I want to show people that pursuing your calling isn't an easy thing, and it can be scary. Even though I don't know what the future holds, I know that what I'm doing is going to grow me in ways that I don't even know yet. What I do know is that even though my circumstances are not going to be constant, I don't know what my circumstances are going to be. Even a week from now, I'll still be at my job, but a month from now, 2 months from now, I don't know what's going to happen. Those might not be constant. I'm going from having a job to not having a job. That's like my circumstances are changing, but my God is constant. I know I can look to Him. And I just got some really good advice from a friend who's in a very similar position to me, and he he said something that his counselor told him was that if this is the wrong decision and Jesus isn't telling you to do this, then you know He's going to redeem it. He either like He's going to redeem whatever. He's going to get the glory, no matter what. Like, and I've heard people say the saying. You probably heard the saying too before. Like whenever you're scared to make a change, you're scared to do something, scared to do something good in your life. They say you're scared, do it anyway. Do it scared. And to be honest with you, I know most people don't even listen to that because whenever you just say it to somebody, it's like telling somebody not to take not like as asking somebody not to be sick. It's like just telling somebody do it anyway, do it, just do it scared. Like I get what the phrase is saying. I get what it means. I get that it's what I'm doing now. I'm doing this scared because I'm terrified. I'm terrified of making this up. I'm like I said, I'm not a risk taker. But I want to show people that pursuing your calling is worth it. I want to show people that like pursuing what you believe God's putting on your life is worth taking the risk. And I get like saying not to be scared. They're not saying not to be scared when people say do it scared anyway. But what they're saying isn't wrong. But most people just won't do the thing because people don't want to do the thing because how scary it is to do it. Like this situation I'm in right here. If I knew I didn't want to get to the end of my life and never make the decision to make the scary choice. I also didn't want to make the scary choice because I'm scared and I'm terrified of making that decision because I don't take risks. And I was kind of in a catch-22 of like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to not be a risk taker. I want to do it scared. So I'm starting an intentional season of unknowns. I'm not gonna know how much money I'm gonna make, and like sign me up, right? Sign me up for that. Like, no, that's not me. In Matthew chapter 6, verses 31 to 33, it says, therefore, do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For after all, these are the things that the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. As Christians, we know that we can pursue our callings here because we know that we have a God who, if we seek him first, everything that we need will follow. We know that if we seek God first, seek his kingdom and his righteousness, that everything we need is going to be added because he's the provider. I'm scared. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to pursue my calling. So, what is your calling and how are you going to pursue it today? How are you going to pursuing your calling doesn't mean you have to make some crazy life change like I'm doing, but sometimes it does. What's the goal that you believe that God has put on your heart? And I believe these goals are not small goals. They're not, I don't believe, I believe God can put small goals on our heart, but I believe whenever our goals are our goals for a reason. I don't believe whenever we're truly aligned with Christ, that whenever we have goals, and if we're truly aligned with Christ, our goals are, I believe, are holy and righteous. I believe that if we pursue those goals, God will get the glory, whether you're right or not. And I believe it's our duty as Christians to pursue the goals that God has established on our hearts. I know that everybody has a God-given calling on their lives, and it's my life mission to help as many people as possible pursue their callings with excellence. So I want you to write down what your calling is and how you're going to pursue it today. I have other episodes about how you define your calling, how you write it down, how do you even know what your calling is. I have other episodes where I talk about that, and you can go find those. I want you to write down your calling and how you're going to pursue it today. So you can just do a small thing. There's something small that you can do. You can plan, you can set up some action. You can make a to-do list of items that you can do to pursue. You can set up a to-do list of things to figure it out. What is your why? What is your why? Sorry, I was just talking about a friend about this earlier. Like, you might love doing something, but why do you love it? What gives you that fire that burns inside of you? What comes to you naturally? All these things are hints at your calling. So now I want to challenge you now. What's something that you can do? What's something this week that you can do scared? And maybe it's talk to somebody new. I'm not saying it has to be 100% to your calling. I believe that when we do something hard intentionally, it helps us out in other areas of our life. So what's something you can do this week? Scared? What can you do scared this week? Do it anyway. Do it scared. Okay. And guys, if you're somebody that wants to pursue your calling with excellence, I have a gift for you. I offer a free 1 hour discovery coaching call. It's a discover your calling coaching call, and it's be able to so that you can get to know me as a coach, and so that I can help you for free to set up an action plan to how you're going to pursue your calling with excellence. So if you're interested in that, the link for that intro call is in the show notes. And guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Pursuit of Calling podcast. If you enjoyed it, rate it, give it 5 stars, share it with your friends, Instagram, Facebook, all the places, all the things. Thank you. Facebook, on YouTube. give it a like, smash that like button. And guys, I'll see you next time. Keep pursuing your calling, do it well, do it with excellence. Peace.